Okay, so frequency separation. And I'm just going to go and show you the tools really quick, what we're going to need in order to do a frequency separation. So the very first thing that you want to do is you want to combine this layer and this layer right here. Now there's several ways to do this, but the easiest way for me to do this, and this is using Windows, is pressing Alt Control Shift E. Again, that's Alt Control Shift E. And I'm just going to name this combo 1. Okay, because this is my first combination out of all of these. Okay, and now what you're going to do is you're going to make 2 copies. So the first copy you're going to make is going to be your text, and the second copy, your first copy is going to be blur, like that. And your second copy is going to be called text. All right, now you want to deselect this one and hide it. And you want to go to blur. And the way that you do this is I'm going to show you a shortcut because you're going to be using the blur shortcut a lot during your frequency separation. And what you want to do is you want to come here to your edit. You want to come to keyboard shortcuts and you want to go down to filters and scroll all the way down until you see Gaussian blur, which is right there for me. And I already had preset this, but yours will normally look like this if you've never done this. And you want to press Control plus G, and that's going to be your shortcut. Now, sometimes you're going to have a little pop-up box. Just press OK because that just means that you're getting rid of this shortcut for another action. And I've actually don't remember what that action was, but that's okay. We're just going to keep it here. I'm going to press OK. And now that you're here, you want to press Control G, Gaussian blur, and you want to get your picture to look blurry. Now, what you want to do is you want to get it blurry enough so it looks like the camera was not in focus. This is a little bit too sharp for me, even that. So just making sure that you lost the details. For example, here, I've lost the detail of the eyelashes. So this is a really good place because I can still kind of see it here. And then this right here is way too much. So again, I want to focus somewhere where, not focus, but I want to blur it somewhere where I don't see the eyelashes anymore. And this is just a really good place to blur. So I'm going to keep it here. Let me minimize that a little bit. Okay, good. And all right, now you want to go back to your text layer, select it again. And what you want to do is you want to go to image, you want to apply image, and you want to go to apply the blur layer. In this case, it already applied it for me. But most of the time it will be here. Okay. Or it will be somewhere like there. And you don't want that. What you want to do is you want to go to your blur layer. You want to make sure that it's on subtract, opacity 100, scale 2, offset 128. Now, I don't know the technicalities of these numbers. I'm just trying to show you step by step on how to get your frequency separation done. Press OK. And I just want to show you really quick, when you come in, you can zoom in really close and you can still see the texture of her skin, her pores, all of the fine hairs that are there. And this is what you're going to want. So you want to have this, you want this highlighted, you want this left alone. Okay. And that's fine. So once you're here, what you want to do is you want to switch this to linear light. You want to go back to your blur layer. So we're here now. Okay. I'm going to zoom in to her face and I'm just going to pick somewhere to start. So now that we have our lasso tool, we want to make sure that our lasso tool is here. And if you can't find your lasso tool, because I've done this before, sometimes it looks like this and sometimes it looks like this. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to just right click your mouse and press lasso tool. Okay, you want to make sure that you're feathered at 30 pixels. Again, I don't want to go into the technicalities of it. I just want to show you how to get it done. And I'm a backwards learner, so I like to get things done and then understand why I did them. And there's plenty of videos out there explaining to you what frequency separation is. I just want you to try it first and then go back and figure out why you did everything you did. All right, so let's begin. I'm going to do half of her forehead right here. This looks like a good place to start. And you're going to press Control G. All right. And I'm going to move this up to around 13. Yeah. So this is the before. Okay. And I want you to pay really close attention to this area right here. The blotchiness is going to be smoothed out. And now. All right. So you can see that that blotchiness was smoothed out, but you didn't lose any texture. The hair stayed the same. The color stayed the same. There was, it just really what it did is it blurred all of that blotchiness. It blended it in basically. So let's press OK. And I'm going to go ahead and do the second part of her forehead. Like this. Control G. Again, you can see the before and the after. All right. Now this area right here is the area that I think is going to be the least affected. I'm not really sure why, but it may require the least amount of Gaussian blur. I'm sorry. And this is a little bit too much for me. So this is why you do it in sections. You just want to make sure that it stays realistic looking. Let me see if I can maybe do a 9. No, move that up to maybe a 11. Yeah, I'm okay right there. Okay. And now I'm going to do the bottom part of her face. Like that. Again, Gaussian blur. Doing the mid. And you can switch this up. It's just that this is the way that I do it. I'm okay right here, yeah. And the last, I'm sorry, I messed that up. The last portion of it. And I am doing this with my mouse. So it is a little trickier. Sometimes I can get away with doing this with a pen on my touch screen. There we go. Good. So that is how you do a frequency separation. Let me just do her nose really quick. And I try to stay away from this area and this area just because I like the way that looks already. So I'm okay there. So that's how you do a frequency separation. It is that simple. It is really easy to do. And let me just show you really quick what it looks like. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to put these in a folder. Let me delete that. So we started here. And then we went ahead and did a skin correction. I mean, we edited the skin and we had that. And once we did a frequency separation, now we have this. So you can see the evolution of the skin changing, but it's still very realistic. So if I zoom in, you can still see the fine details that we like in the skin to make it look realistic. You still have the fine hairs. You still have the texture. You still have the pores right there. So this is what your skin is going to look like when you're doing a realistic looking skin retouching. All right. So the next video we're going to be doing will be color correction and doing some dodge and burn.